2 seconds, don't put do that shit. Right. Alright, guys and girls, welcome back. It is today, Saturday, and it is Saturday the 7th of November, 2020. It is 9:58, just coming up to 10 o'clock. I've just been watching the presidential election, and I think it's one of the biggest fast of elections I've ever seen. Right, so when Trump started at the start, he was way in the polls with it, and now for some reason, right, the polls are sort of like going towards Biden's side. Now it makes you wonder if there is some dodgy stuff going on. Now I was saying to my mum what they should do with this Biden if. Because we know Trump is going to be taking it to the Supreme Court in America, so the Republicans are going to start looking into it and getting deep into it. And I think there is something there. I think there is some frauding going on. I think there is probably a lot of frauding going on. And this one person on the Sky News was saying basically they reckon even if it is some sort of count ballots going into it, not that great or something, would be probably just a few hundred maybe. But I think there's more than a few hundred. I think there is more than a few hundred. And it is really, really strange how the elections that started the elections kind of looked weird anyway from the start. And why is it that people were not allowed in the ballots area to actually view them, to watch them, to make sure they're counting it properly and all of that? Because I would thought they would be allowed in there just to watch it, make sure it's all done properly. The Republicans or the Democrats, you would think they would be allowed in there just to make sure it's kosher, make sure there's nothing going on. How do they know that all these votes there's probably not a lot missing, or maybe not a lot of people that voted early and voted a bit late? I think they should be counted too. But I think there's a lot going on that Trump is getting into with the Trump administrators and all that administrations. And I think if it is to that point, I think that either Biden should actually forfeit this and actually lose it to Trump, and Trump should be still president. I mean, we've still got a long way to go yet. There's still counting going on at the moment as well. So it's not really 100% kosher on it, I don't think. But I think there is something going on. Definitely going on. I'm watching on the news at the moment about it with Biden. And also, if you notice as well with that Biden, when he was doing his last speech, he started sort of stuttering quite a lot while he was doing his speech, and kind of made a few mistakes and then recapitulated back on it as well. I mean, okay, usually when people stutter like that as much as he did in that speech, they usually say that you're lying and stuff, or in the actual speech. Says he wants to bring America back together on both sides, regardless if they voted for him or not. And I think, and also he said he wants to get this virus under control. Well, good luck with that, because the thing is, we've been trying it in the UK for the last couple months with Boris Johnson, and he still hasn't got it under control. And we're in lockdown at the moment with this monthly lockdown for a whole month. And I'll tell you what, even this month up to December won't even sort of help a lot. He thinks basically because all it's doing is damaging our economy. Our economy is damaging to that bit. Let me see if I can turn this down. There we go. I don't want it too loud on the microphone. I'll just turn it down a little bit on the actual phone, because I'm using the iPhone 11 Pro sort of audio on it. Anyway, so I think this election poll is basically, I think there is some frauding going on. And I think what they could do, either Biden, if he's been caught or found out that the Democrats have been sort of cheating in a way, I think either he should forfeit, or there should be a disqualification on it where he gets disqualified from it. So even if there's any teeny tiny little bit of frauding going on, definitely he should be disqualified. What do you think, Mum? If he should be disqualified? Yeah. So even my mum's like sort of agrees to it as well, because it's kind of a bit strange. And also, I believe as well that America won't be free or have their freedoms at some point in time at this very point, because it's like he wants to sort of keep everybody under control. What's he going to do? What is he going to do when he's the president, Biden, and how's he going to cope with the millions and millions of people that actually don't wear masks in the first place? What's he going to do? Is he going to put everybody on lockdown and stuff?
I have never ever seen anything like this in all my
Yeah,
life.
I've never seen anything like it either.
I'm 70 in February, and I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
It's comical, actually.
Yeah, I mean, this virus just basically came out of nowhere, and I think...
Because actually, you have cancer, you have colds, you get the flu.
Yeah, but this is bigger than the flu.
Well, that's what they say.
Yeah, that's what they say, yeah.
Yeah.
But who knows? Who knows? But with America, with the freedoms they have, they don't have to wear the masks. And a lot of people are actually saying, no, we don't want to wear the masks and all that. I know it's a bit stupid and all of that, but it's their choice as America.
To me that this is bigger than people who have cancer.
Well, no, I think cancer rates, I mean, at the moment are actually still on top. There's because millions of people have got cancer and stuff, and some of them even don't even know it.
What about people who've got heart problems? Does that mean that that's bigger than your...
Or heart diseases?
Yeah. Does that mean that you...
Well, with heart diseases and all that, I think that just basically comes under this virus. I think the virus is much bigger. But then that's why if you've got colds or if you've got like heart problems in the first place or some conditions, you shouldn't even be out with this virus because you're more vulnerable.
Yeah, but you've got heart problems.
Well, I know I've got heart problems myself, but the thing is that is why I wear the mask.
And I've got heart problems.
This is why I wear the mask because of my heart problems.
When I was in hospital for 7 weeks, I had to have a test every single week, and they said it was negative.
Yeah, negative, yeah.
So come on.
Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, also older people more likely to get it than younger people. They reckon on that. So it's, I mean, obviously we don't know what's going on. We don't know what we've been told. First of all, Boris Johnson tells just one thing and says he's getting all this information from the scientists. Then the scientists are saying something completely different. So we don't know what's going on. We don't know what we're being told or what we're not being told. So I don't know. But with this election, this election was the most important election ever. And I think this is going to mess up the trade deal with the UK, obviously. Because the trade deal in the United Kingdom is not going to be that great now. Because with the Democrats and all that, they've been firing bullets at the UK, saying about Boris Johnson and all that. Saying bad stuff about him. Boris Johnson's been saying bad stuff about Barack Obama. And seeming he's a Democrat and all that in the first place, it's not going to go good for Trump, for Biden and Boris. And I think at that point, I think that Brexit isn't going to happen.
Well, I think is we're going to have to stay in, yeah. And instead of changing, right, by Trump in America, they will take over. And we will be the ones, right, who's got to suffer and stay with France.
Yeah. No, EU. Well, no.
EU.
Yeah. I think that's what's going to happen. I think with this Brexit, everybody we want our freedoms in the UK. That's why we wanted to leave the European Union. And I think it was from 2016 when we said, look, we are voting out of the EU in the first place, right? We've got all these trade deals. I think Boris Johnson at the moment, he's been doing a fantastic job at this point. And I think now we were going to do a trade deal with Trump. And now that's not going to happen because Biden is now sort of the presidential candidate for the next president. And I think once this happens with Biden, I think he said, "Now we're not going to do any trade deals with this," especially when you've been like sort of being nasty to me and all that. But he's been nasty to the UK as well, so it goes both ways at the end of the day. And I think this was our biggest ticket that we needed. We needed this big ticket to actually get us out of the EU so we could do some trade deals with America.
All going to stay in.
But I think this is probably why it happened in the first place. I think it happened due to the fact that once we were going to leave EU, right? Obviously, we're going to leave the EU at some point. But I think now maybe because it's strange that now that Biden has been is the next president, you see how Macron is being nice to him as well, and you've got Angela Merkel as well from Germany, and you've got these other ones, people from the EU and Ireland and all these other places being nice to them. Thing is, they never actually gave that niceness to Trump. And also the newspapers actually didn't like him at all. They've been making up lies about him and they've been nasty to his face and all that because he was a Republican. And now that they've got him out, they've got what they wanted. Now they've won. They've actually won by fraud. That's what he's claiming. Trump is claiming that they've been frauded him out of the White House. And I think now that he's going to be taking him to the Supreme Court, and I think because actually what he's done, he's got his judges actually in the Supreme Court now.
The only thing I do not agree with him is when he's supposed to have lost, he went off onto the golf course.
Yeah, no, but that's...
And I say, instead of going on the golf course for 4 hours, like it says, right, he should be at home and trying to fight.
Yeah.
Think some ideas what he should be doing.
But that's the thing. At the end of the day, right? He's just sort of calling offers. I mean, he's not mad or anything, but I think when he's got cheated out of it,
Trump should not be going on off to the golf course. He should be back at the White House and thinking about what he's supposed to be doing next.
I think now that he's got cheated out of it and frauded and all that by the Democratic Party and all the people, I think a lot of those votes, maybe what they've done, they reckon at one point that maybe Biden voted it for himself 5,000 times. They reckon.
I couldn't do that.
Well, I don't know. You don't know, but
I don't believe that.
You don't know. We don't know actually until the election polls come out or the actual information comes out. I think that what they're going to do is they're going to cover it up, I think. And I think America is going to be a lot worse in the next 5 years, in the next 2 terms.
When you've had your say, what I suggest is all the boys and girls and men, women, get in touch with you and tell you what they think.
Yeah, let us know what you think. Do you think he's been cheated out of this election poll for 2020?
I would love to hear what they think.
Yeah, we'd like to hear from you guys and girls because we're not like the BBC, we're not like the news media and stuff. We don't sort of not want you to have your freedom of speech and all that kind of stuff taken away. We want to hear from you guys and girls.
What you think?
What you guys and girls think. Because this was one of the most crucial presidential elections in the last 100, 200 years.
Do you agree that you should wear those masks all that time?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, when it's protecting you, isn't it? It's protecting you and protecting people.
What really upset me was when we sat on that wall the other day, this man started to talk to you. And then he said, oh, excuse me a minute. He said, I got to answer the phone. And when he's talking to this fella on the phone, he come out with him about he needs some help. And then
from his friends and all that.
Friend, and then he come out to his friend and said, you know I'm a doctor. And I'm getting depressed.
And he was getting depressed, and apparently one of his friends apparently saved him from the brink of death, from taking his own life. And I think in this way...
And he said he couldn't go to his mother because of what's going on over in our country.
Yeah, it is bad that people are not there looking after you. And then I've just watching just a minute ago with this Democratic woman who was getting sort of interviewed on the Sky News. And she was like she said, so is it nice that you're actually going loser to the other side, to the Republicans? And I think that is actually idiotic of the Republicans, of the Democrats, to actually say that shit in the first place. Because what you're doing, you're not actually bringing the Democrats and the Republicans together, right? You're still divisive and all that. You're dividing the country still because you're not wanting to heal the other side.
But also, what I do not agree with Boris is I do not agree where he's put a close down on our slot.
Yeah, because of the actual government now, with all our money, right? People are trying to work, right? And they're trying to...
I do not agree with that. And I do not agree...
People are losing their jobs now because they've got the country locked down.
I do not agree with that. I do not agree where he keeps saying everyone's got to stay home. I do not agree where he's telling people that they got to stay until December the 2nd. And I do not agree that when it comes to Christmas, he's going to have a lovely Christmas.
Oh, well, no one can have a turkey this year, though.
Yeah, but he's going to have a lovely Christmas. He's going to have a lovely Christmas for him, a lovely Christmas for his girlfriend, his mum, his dad, his sister, mother, and little baby. And of course, they have a big Christmas tree. I bet they have all the alcohol drinks as well. And I mean, what is the families going to do about their children?
Or about the homeless on the street? They're still affected by it.
Yeah, I've seen them.
But anyway, so yeah, just let us know what you guys and girls think and all that as well, with the whole sort of scandal that's going on at the moment.
We'd love to hear.
Do you guys and girls agree that they should basically, because I think, to be honest, what they should do is do a revote. Restart the election from start. Get everyone to vote again, right? From start to finish. And actually go in there and watch the polls being done. Or the actual elections, so you can actually keep control. So you have the Democrats and the Republicans watching every single movement they make. And if one slip up actually messes up, then from either side, well, then they should be finished on either side.
Perhaps you all let us know, do you agree with what Boris has been saying about us lot?
Yeah.
Well, he's going to have a lovely Christmas.
Yeah. And actually, also, what I find as well, now that we're in lockdown again and people's livelihoods are at stake again because of the money issues going on, right? People won't be able to open their shops, like the smaller shops. We've got basically the music industry going down the drain again because people can't make any money. I was actually talking with a 21-year-old young lad the other day and asked him how why he was going there first of all, like working in the shop, and how it's affected him. And he was telling me that he actually was in the music industry. And I said, what got him to basically work here and stuff? And he said, well, it's pretty much the music industry is dead and all that. And I said, how long you been working in music for then? He said, since like 10 years. So he's been in the music industry for 10. So that had made him, 11 years old? Some 11 upwards and all that. Now, the music industry is dead. And he said he's 21 now. And he's working in a store in Weston and all that. And that's pretty bad. I mean, you'd think the government would be able to help the music industry flow and stuff. But I guess the government don't care about that. And what about the what do you call it, the playhouses now? They're closed down. People can't go to the playhouses. What about theatres? Going to the theatre, or maybe the cinemas and stuff. They're closed and stuff and all that. All because this blooming virus going around. But anyway, cheers for watching, guys, girls. Stay safe. See you on, and let us know what you guys and girls think. Are you in a sort of a financial difficulties at the moment? Have you got to close any of your buildings down, your companies down? Are you having trouble paying your employers?
You can't go to a shop to buy shoes. You can't go to a shop and buy clothes.
So, as an employer, yourselves as a boss of your own companies, are you having trouble to pay your staff members as well? Let us know in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys, girls. Stay safe. See you on the next episode.